What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 24 of the Rise to Glory here at Gibraltar Apex. And today I've got for you guys a double header. We're going to have the Rock Cup quarter-final, and then we're going to move on to what could be the final kind of important league game of the year as we take on St. Joseph's with a chance for the title. So since the last episode, there are a fair few games to tell you guys about. There's actually 10 in total. I'm not going to go through these all too much. But just so you can see, we've won every single one, which is absolutely incredible. Defensively, we've been superb in this run of fixtures. We have conceded how many goals? 6 goals in 10 games. I mean, that's a pretty good going. There's a lot of clean sheets in there. The goal scoring has been a little bit of a problem, but we've kind of got through that. We've got results. We've grinded them out. And yeah, we're doing really, really well at the moment. So the first result was against Lynx. It was a 3-1 win. As you can see, actually, in this game, we got pegged back in the second half, and I was a little bit nervous at that point, but an 87th minute second goal of the game for Jack Peachman secured us the win. We won 3-1. Fantastic result there. The next result that we had was a 4-0 win against Britannia. Ben Connolly this time getting a hat-trick. I do believe since this game where he got the hat-trick, he's only scored 1 or 2 goals. Really, Ben Connolly not scoring is what has hurt us the most this year. I mean, he still has 23 goals this year, which is more than he's had in any previous season. And if we compare that, I do believe, to other teams in the division, as you can see here, Connolly's goals alone mean he scored more goals than Glasses United, Europa Point and Gibraltar Lions this year, which, if I can say so myself, is pretty good going. Anyway, the next result that we had following that 4-0 win was a penalty win in the against Glasses in the Rock Cup second round. A good result. It went all the way to extra time. It was squeaky bum time, but our players did not miss from the penalty spot. A really close game. Could have gone either way. We got the look of the penalties going in our favour, and that is obviously what sees us today in the quarter-final of the competition. The next result against Gibraltar Lions, good result. Connolly actually did get 2 this game, so it's since this game he's only got 1. He got the man of the match, an 8.8 rating. Really good performance there against Gibraltar Lions. The next game against Britannia, who we take on today, that we beat them 1-0 in the semi-final of the Senior League Cup, so we will have that final to look forward to. I believe that's right at the end of the season. Yeah, you can see here we're taking on St. Joseph's in that competition too, and as you can also see, the team obviously that we beat in that semi-final, Britannia, is the team we meet today in the Rock Cup quarter-final for the first of the 2 matches this episode. So anyway, the next result we had was against College Europa, a 3-2 win. Really good performance this one. Lee Robson getting another goal. Unfortunately, out injured at the moment, this guy. Been a real revelation in recent years. I was quite impressed with this guy. Obviously, he had a really kind of breakthrough season, especially early on in the year. He's got 9 goals and 5 assists from right mid, which is absolutely crazy. Of course, a player who generated at the club. I was kind of interested. I was looking through kind of the progression of his attributes, just seeing if there were any that really stood out. And there were a few that were kind of impressive, but the one that struck me was his strength. I don't know what this guy has been doing really since August 2017, but in the last, how long is that? 2.5 years, year and a half? He's improved in his strength ridiculously. He's gone up by 5 points, which is not unheard of, but that is a very good improvement in, well, what has been a year and a half. That's a crazy improvement. Really impressed by that. If we look at everything else, you can see he's been steadily improving, but really since he's been playing first-team football, he's been a revelation. And I don't know what weights he's using, what he's doing at the gym, but he is kind of buffing up this 19-year-old. Unfortunately, though, as I mentioned, broken wrist at the moment. That is a real shame. Hopefully he can come back better than ever. And that was a good win against our bogey team, College Europa 3-2. The next few results, 2 1-0s. First one was against Gibraltar United, a team who have been struggling this year. Jack Peachman with the goal. We then took on Glasses United. Griffo got the important goal. An important 1-0 win. Glasses United, of course, a team who were right up there at the top of the table last year and this year really. They've struggled this year. Now they've kind of tailed off a little bit in recent games. We'll have a look at the league table in just a second. We then beat Europa Point 2-0, a great result there. And the last result of this run of fixtures was a win against Manchester 62, a game where we actually came back from behind to win. A really impressive performance. Robson and Peachman with the goals. And yeah, could not complain one little bit about the team performance there. So anyway, just a quick look at the league table. I mentioned the fact that Glasses have kind of fallen off the pace. It's a little bit weird how this league's worked out this year. You can see we're currently 15 points clear at the top of the table. In fact, No, yeah, we are. We are 15 points clear. It's because I've not sorted the table properly. If we sort by position, it's all now very clear. We're top of the table by 15 points. Our goal difference is superior, and there's only 5 points left kind of on the table for every team this year. So a win in our next game or a draw against St. Joseph's, which is the second match of this live com, would win us the title today. Obviously, our goals scored of 59 and our goals against a 17, really the pivotal factor there. When you don't concede many goals and you're scoring almost double any other team, you're going to win games and you're going to be right there at the top of the table. Interestingly enough, it's really tight below us, really, maybe with the exception of St. Joseph's, but if you look at these other teams, 10 points separate 3rd to 9th. And if you look at the actual kind of results, even College Europa in 3rd, they've won 9, drawn 6, lost 7. It really is a dogfight in the mid-table here. No one is pulling away. Everyone is beating everyone else. Ourselves and St. Joseph's, two of a few teams who have done really that well. I mean, if you look at it here, there's teams in 5th and 6th who have lost more games than they've won. And it just seems like everyone's drawing against one another. And we've kind of capitalised on that. Last year, our points total was 57 for the year. This year, with 5 games left, we're on 54. The year before that, we actually got 58. So we do look like we are going to set a record points total this year, which will be really pleasing for the club. And hopefully we can surpass that today because, of course, we have got that St. Joseph's game. So anyway, let's move on to the Rock Cup quarter-final. As I mentioned, the Senior League Cup final is something to look forward to at the end of the season. After this episode, we might do a live com of the Rock Cup final, Rock Cup semi-final, depending on who we get, all that jazz. I don't know if the draw's been made yet for the semi-final. If we check, it has. So it's against St. Joseph's again, so that's a big game. We'll probably end up live comming that. St. Joseph's really becoming a rival for us this year, but I'm hoping we can get a good result there. Of course, we have got to get past this first obstacle, which is Britannia 11. They're going to play a 4-3-3. Looking at our team for today's game, there is a new face. In fact, there's 2 new faces in the squad that you guys haven't seen before. 2 new regens came through this year who were pretty darn impressive. The first one here, Leon O'Connor, 16 years old. Unfortunately for us, natural in every position that we don't play in our system. I'm training him to play left midfielder. Unfortunately, really for us, as you can see if we just highlight the attributes for winger, he's a very, very good winger. But if we want him to play wide midfielder, he's going to struggle. And I don't know if I want to adapt my tactics to try and facilitate this guy. I think he'll just be a very useful kind of explosive player to have as a backup left mid. He's got some potential. Whether or not he'll live up to that, we will have to see. You can see looking at his report, inconsistent, lacks intelligence, but he's a fast player. He's well suited to the division, can improve in the future, and he's obviously fast as well. The other new player who is going to be starting today, Andy Sutton. I prayed to the FM gods, didn't I, last episode about needing a centre mid. We've got this guy in. We are actually tutoring him at the moment, which is why his determination is on the rise. But he looks like a quite decent little centre mid. Unfortunately for us, he has got some glaring weaknesses in his game, but he is suited to Premier Division football. Could improve a lot in the future. Balanced personality, which is all okay, but consistency and injury proneness kind of worry me a little bit. And the lack of anticipation and intelligence means that, I don't know, as a defensive midfielder or a centre mid on defend, he probably won't be that bad of a player. It's just that kind of, I don't know, I worry, I guess, for some of his mentals that could cost him defensively. Technically, he's a very good player. He's not super fast, but he's a well-rounded centre mid. I am thinking that he might become a bit more of a playmaker, if I'm honest. Maybe our advanced playmaker support. That kind of plays into his strengths just a little bit more. Unfortunately, his vision and passing I'd like to be a little bit better, but he does make up for that with his work rate and teamwork. And whilst his determination isn't great, we are working on that. So those are the 2 best regens we got in this year's intake. I can't remember if there were any others off the top of my head. Oh, Liam Howe as well. Looks like he could be a good player, rated really highly when it comes to his potential. Whether or not he can live up to that remains to be seen. Unfortunately for him, he has the physicals of a turtle. But turtles are strong and he's not strong. He's not very good, really. I can't think of a way to phrase this. He's great going forward. 9 composure, 14 finishing, 12 off the ball, great first touch. Those are some really exciting attacking attributes, and his technicals aren't too bad either. Granted, his passing perhaps lets him down. But with the pace and acceleration as low as he has, and he's not great in the air either, I don't see where I can play him. I don't know. Could I play him as a poacher maybe? I mean, that might be how we could play him, but even then I feel like the agility and acceleration just aren't there. That's something that we do need to work on. Let's sort that out now. I did notice that I hadn't set up his training. I think we'll train him as an advanced forward to help his balancing and acceleration and a few of the other mentals and technicals, but I don't know. I worry for this guy. He looks like a great prospect. It's just, can he find some pace? Can he find something about him? And players don't tend to improve their pace that much. Granted, his natural fitness is decent, so he has a chance. I don't know. It's like he's a really talented technical footballer, but he just isn't physically, you know, a top tier player. There were a few other players here who I won't go into too much detail, but there was Linares here, Jadon Linares, Hodgson, who looks like an okay centre back to be fair. And we'll cover one more, why not? James Jones here, another talented younger midfielder. Oh, sorry, I guess he is a midfielder. He is a midfielder and a defender. He plays a few different positions. That could be kind of useful. But all in all, of the intake, the two players I talked about, Sutton and I think it was O'Connor. Is that his name? Yeah, it is. Leon O'Connor. Two players definitely to keep an eye out on. They look very, very talented. And I'm hoping they can do something for us today. So anyway, let's submit our team. Worth keeping an eye out on Sutton playing that defensive midfielder role for us in the midfield. As I mentioned, they're playing a 4-3-3, a familiar name on the opposition team. They have got Danny G playing up front for them. Please do not score against me. I can't stand it. If he scores against me, I will be upset. We need to win this. I've said this at the start of the season. I said I wanted to do well domestically this year. I wanted to try and, you know, do as well as we have done in previous years in the league. We're on course to do that. But I also said that I wanted domestic success. I wanted to win the Rock Cup. I wanted to win the Senior League Cup. I want to dominate in Gibraltar. And we've not done that so far. And I'm hoping today, well, we can reach a semi-final here as Hernandez has a shot. Didn't look like he got much power on that, but it's an outside of the box finish. Keeper, I don't know if he was just slowed down to it, but 2 minutes in, we take a lead. Take a bow, my son. Corner, not fully cleared. Connolly out wide to Sargent. He then threads it through to Hernandez, stood just on the last man, left foot. Not a powerful finish, but placed into the bottom corner. Keeper could not get down to that. And we take a perfect start to this game and another early lead here. Of course, we did play Britannia, as I mentioned, in the Rock Cup semi-final. Not the Rock Cup, sorry, the Gibraltarian Senior League Cup. I can't remember what the actual name of that competition is. It's essentially the League Cup in England, isn't it? It's the tournament that people don't seem to care quite as much about like the Rock Cup, but we'd still like to win if we can. I mean, we could do a quadruple if we can win, but we've got to get to the final first of this competition. The Rock Cup, and we are only in the quarter-final at this stage, and St. Joseph's will take on the winner, which is going to be tricky to say the least. But at the moment, we've put in a good start here, although looking at the stats, Britannia, they've had some chances, they're creating stuff, and they are coming forward here. Graham inside to Kay, holding our 4-4-2 nicely. Guerrero, fantastic little tackle. Now can we break? Sanchez Rule to Griffo, out wide to Morgan, lovely switcher play there. Inside to Tristan Sargent, out wide to Morgan again. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. It's offside. Don't celebrate. Everyone sit down. Calm down, everyone. Sanchez Rule does not know the offside rule. And unfortunately for us, that does mean that the goal is going to be disallowed. I do believe Peachman is suspended for this game, which is why Sanchez Rule has come into the side. I'm trying to remember if there's any other injuries other than the one that we have in the midfield, and I don't think there is. To be honest, the team's pretty strong for this game anyway. We're getting to a stage now where I kind of feel like my B team should be able to beat a lot of other Gibraltarian sides. And, well, this certainly isn't our B team, but it's a good performance nevertheless. Sutton, the new man, number 67. I don't know why I gave him the number 67. It just felt good. Hernandez, can he whip in the ball? He can. And Connolly's there. Wow. Parried away somehow. It's a corner. Can we make something of it? Griffo whips it in, headed away by Lee, but only as far as Glenn Gilbert, and Roberts cannot get there. It stays at 1-0. 8 minutes left in the half. It would be perfect. It would be dreamy to get a goal now before half-time. It would put us in such a good position going into the second half. And Hernandez coming down the line, crosses it. It hits the crossbar. Griffo can't do anything from the rebound. It will be a corner, but you'd have to think that is the chance for this highlight, and it will be headed away this corner, and that's probably going to be all she wrote for this half, unless there is to be a late twist, and there may well be. We have the ball here. Sutton, the new man. Tristan Sargent. This is similar to our first goal, although this time Britannia do deal with it, but it comes straight back their way. Connolly with the pace. Connolly with the finish. I said he's been on a bit of a goal drought. He's got a goal there for us. His 29th goal of the season. Fantastic stuff for him. Sanchez Rule to Hernandez. Beautiful first time through ball. Connolly with that pace and acceleration that he has. Just burns past the defenders, finds the space, places it in. Keeper has his head in his hands. He knows that that goal could be crucial. And well, it's going to be 2-0 at half-time, and I am a very, very happy bunny right now. And the players are absolutely delighted. So going into the second half, more of the same is what we want, really. If we could score another, that would kind of make me comfortable. If we concede now, I might just wriggle in my chair a little bit and feel a little bit on edge, as they will have a shot. Felix with the save, though, in goal. The young Spaniard holds on to the ball. Worth noting, Felix has taken up Gibraltarian nationality. We might have a counter here. We do. Connolly hits the post. Unfortunately for us, though, it is cleared. But yeah, Felix has now declared himself as a Gibraltarian. The issue is that, as well as kind of having spent, enough years in the country to be Gibraltarian, which I do believe is 3 years to take up nationality, to play for the national team, I believe you have to live in Gibraltar for 5 years after the age of 18, whilst also already a Gibraltarian citizen, which means it will take 8 years for some players to get it. Now, fortunately, with Felix, he already was eligible for the nation and just had to get the paperwork sorted when he genned. But we have now got to wait, because he's 16, until he's 18, and then we have to wait 5 more years until he's 23 before he can actually play for the national team, which is a bit of a pain. But at the same time, I'm hopeful that he will stick around for that. And we are on the attack here. Connolly shoots. Sabari with the save. I believe Sabari's one of our old goalkeepers. I feel like we've had quite a few goalkeepers beginning with the letter S. I haven't made any subs this game. I've been far too involved in this commentary. Let's just make some changes. We'll bring on O'Connor, who can't actually play right mid, just for the end of this game. We'll try and bring on a few players who've been complaining about lack of first-team football, like Reyes as well. And hopefully those subs are able to be made. There is just 3 minutes left, really, if we assume there's going to be 3 minutes of added time. And they've got a goal. There is only 2 minutes of added time, however. Britannia do make it 2-1, and this might be squeaky bum time now. The ball whipped in by Lee into the middle. We've got some banners held up by fans. Take a look at that. We even have a ball boy now, or is it a cameraman? Answers on a postcard. What? I've never seen a guy wearing all red at the side of a football pitch. I'm going to be honest, it looks like he's wearing a boiler suit. Either way, though, we have a minute to hold on here, a minute not to concede, and we will go through to the semi-final of the Rock Cup. Morgan out at right back. Can he whip in the ball? He won't. He'll go inside to O'Connor, and there is Connolly with the goal. Makes it 3-1. That will be game over. And that is his 30th of the season. Now we can look forward to, well, a game against St. Joseph's in the league, and we know a game that if we win or get a point from, we will win the title there and then. It is worth noting that there is an international break between this and the next game, so I'm going to cut out the bit in the middle. There's like a good 2-week period of holidaying, or not holidaying, continuing for. We haven't been holidaying in this save. 0 days holiday, I'm proud. I like having 0 days holiday. There's something about, like, you go on your manager profile, it just says 0% of the time on holiday, that kind of pleases me inside. We need to defend here. We can defend. We'll go to Montgomery. Can we deal with this ball? I mean, it's 3-1 now. We're through, but we don't want to concede again. We've had a good defensive record of not conceding too many. To concede one is slightly disappointing. To concede another would be tragic. We're not going to concede. It's going to finish 3-1 here. A fantastic performance. Going to congratulate the team. I'm very pleased with that performance. Ben Connolly, the man of the moment. 3 goals in this competition now. Got 2 in this game, and 2 goals that will see us go through into the Rock Cup semi-final, where we will be taking on St. Joseph's, and that is going to be at the end of next month. So that is a game to look forward to, certainly. That will almost definitely be the next live com. Of course, as I mentioned, we've got one more game to play this episode. It's going to be against St. Joseph's. It's in a week or two's time, so I'll join you guys in just a second when we will be back for potentially our title-winning match of the year. Okay guys, so we are back for the game against St. Joseph's. I'm hoping for a win today, a win that would see us win the league and put us right on course to set a record points total in the division. We've only lost 2 games all year, but St. Joseph's, they've been a team who have proved stiff opposition in the past. Of course, we lost to them last episode actually in the league. Prior to that, we drew with them 1-1. So of all the teams we've played this year, they've certainly been the team that have put up the most fight. Of course, we have got to play them yet in the Rock Cup semi-final and Senior League Cup. So a win here could really help us kind of, I guess, with the mind games. Give our players perhaps a little bit of belief that going into this game, they can win it, and we can win the future games that we are going to have to play against St. Joseph's in the next month or so. So anyway, looking at the team for today's game, I'm pretty happy with it. I've just done a quick pick, but it's pretty much picked the team I wanted to pick, which is good stuff. Nothing too crazy going on here. I mentioned the injury to Robson earlier. Since then, Felix has been injured. He's out with a sports hernia for 6 to 7 weeks, which unfortunately means he may miss, well, he probably will miss, the Senior League Cup final and perhaps even the Rock Cup final, which is going to be big misses for us. But regardless, we still have Joe Borg in goal, who's a very good player. Unfortunately, he is not match fit for today's game, but hopefully he won't be called upon too much. I'm going to tell the players that we owe St. Joseph's after what happened last game. Worth noting that we are favourites in this game, which is good to see. And yeah, hopefully we can win the league with some style. Hopefully we can win by a few goals. Really hurt St. Joseph's this match. Kind of crush their spirits, I guess, going into the other games we've got coming up against them, which I guess could well see them become a rival of ours. I mentioned a few episodes ago about the dynamic rivalry. St. Joseph's, to me, are starting to emerge as a bit of a competitive rival, I guess, within Gibraltar here. They seem to be the team that stands in our way a lot of the time. Of course, we beat them in the Pepe Raiders Cup. They've been our main challenger in the league. And we're on the attack here. Griffo, what a hit, my son. That was beautiful. Passed into the top right corner. I'm going to assume it was top right. We'll guess. Either way, we're going to get the 3D confirmation in just a second. But a minute and a half into this game, we've taken an early lead. And as I mentioned, I want to crush the spirits of St. Joseph's here. Griffo, how good was this finish? Bang. Oh, beautiful. In off the post. Lovely little goal there. Fantastic finish by the left midfielder. He puts us a goal ahead. He puts us in the driving seat in this game. And hopefully we can continue on with that kind of performance for the rest of this game. 3 minutes gone. Clock is ticking away. We're a goal ahead, and there's another replay already. Guerrero, big header there, but only cleared as far as Clinton. Can someone put in a tackle here? We're leaving them open, although Glenn Gilbert, what a tackle. Now can we break? Ball attempted to be threaded through to, I guess that's Sanchez Rule still there, is it? Or is it Peachman? It is Peachman. Oh, ball through to Connolly. He uses his pace. He uses his right foot. He finds the back of the net. Take a bow, my son. I criticised him before this episode for the lack of goals he'd got in recent games. He'd seemed to have taken his foot off the gas a little bit, but he's made a beautiful finish there. Ball through. Hits it. Keeper doesn't even have time to react. Goes into the top corner. It's 2-0 after 4 minutes. We are enjoying this. 2 shots, 2 goals. Not even clear-cut chances. Just 2 superb finishes by our team. And 20 minutes gone, we are looking very good in this match. Hopefully we can kind of just maintain this. If we could get a third, fan-bloody-tastic. We're on the attack here. Sargent. Back to Roberts. Options out on the left if he wants to go to Glenn Gilbert. Sutton to Sargent. Nice play here. Hernandez inside to Peachman. Shot saved. And that was a chance to make it free. The keeper with a really nice save there in the one-on-one keeps St. Joseph's in this. But with half an hour gone, this is the start I wanted. This is the kind of result we needed, and we are on course, of course, as things stand, to win the league with this kind of result. And it looks like at half-time we're going to maintain that gap that we established just 5 minutes into this game of the 2-goal margin. I'm very pleased with that first half, boys. Fantastic stuff there. More of the same, please, in this second half. Let's get straight into it. Of course, we are technically away from home. I believe this has been a sellout as well. I think I saw a news item that there was going to be over 2,000 fans in the stadium for this game. To put that into perspective, we are the most supported team in Gibraltar now. We average about 1,800 fans a game. So there's a big turnout for this massive game. Unfortunately for us, though, we have just conceded there. Samir Yildirim with the goal. Watson with the initial free kick, crosses it in. Clinton with the shot. Keeper makes a fairly decent save, but just not bailed out by his defence. And St. Joseph's, they've been thrown a lifeline in this game. There's still plenty of time for them to try and make a comeback. It's 2-1, but it's not comfortable. Hopefully we can step things up here. 20 minutes left to hold on. Going to try and encourage the players, I think. Just for this last 10 minutes, we can... Oh, I accidentally hit none. Brilliant. If we concede now, oh dear, it's 2-2. Panic, everyone, panic. Alright, let's make some changes. Let's bring on Leguia. Not been given as much first team football as I'd like. He's going to get some here. We don't have many options out on the wing, unfortunately, on the bench. Sutton's had a pretty bad game, so we're going to bring in Reyes. And I think we'll also bring on Stephen Clark for Glenn Gilbert there. So going with the triple change, the panic move, some may accuse me of doing. But we do need to mix things up here. I'm also going to change our system just a little bit. I want to go a little bit more direct, I think. And close down just a little bit more. So we'll see what we can do here. We'll go with those changes. Just play more direct. Of course, a draw here would be good enough. I really don't want to throw away this lead. That would hurt us. Time is ticking away here, though. 2 minutes left. A draw would win us the league if my maths is correct. We have a chance, though. Leguia whips it in. Sargent! Tristan Sargent hammers it home. Makes it 3-2. A goal with just 10 seconds left on the clock. We are going to win this game. Clark, the sub with the throw-in. Leguia with the ball in. Another sub. Cleared away, but Tristan Sargent, edge of the box. Bang. How do you like those apples? He finishes it. Perez, no chance in goal. He's going to secure us the 3 points today and the title in style. We've done it against one of our big title rivals this year. What a performance that's been. And that is going to be all she wrote for this match. Fantastic stuff. Going to praise the players after that. Not entirely convincing, but we won nevertheless. Comfortably top of the table. Not many games left. I think it's fair to say we've dominated the league. We've won the top flight for the 3rd year in a row. We qualified for the Champions League. We've had our new budget set. And wow, we have £500,000 to spend. Unfortunately, because we're semi-pro, we still can't sign anyone from outside of Gibraltar. So, yeah. Don't expect us to go spending that beautiful transfer money. Instead, we still need to work towards that push of going professional. I don't know if we... Oh, we can... Shall we go for it? Let's try it again. They're happy with the club's current position in the football pyramid. But we're top of the pyramid. We want to be higher. I can't stress how important I believe this to be. We could be left behind by our right. Okay, they don't want to make the team professional, I think it's fair to say after that, unfortunately. I guess we'll wait. I have got a new parent club. I went and asked for one this year. We got another one. This is AEK Larnaca. We'll go with that. That sounds good, doesn't it? They're a Cypriot team, and they have some quite nice players. They have a bit more of a full squad compared to the Turkish team. Whether or not we'll actually be able to loan any of their players remains to be seen, but I don't know. They've got some fairly nice players, and it'll be interesting to see if perhaps we can attract a few of them in the near future or so. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap things up from me. Thank you for watching this episode as always. Next episode will be the Rock Cup semi-final against St. Joseph's. Hopefully I'll see you guys for that game. If you've enjoyed this video, as always, smash the like button. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.